So I made it to Salt Lake City, Utah, and yeah, what a weekend! What a weekend! I kind of can't believe just everything that's happened in the last little bit. You know, I think you guys obviously know, if you've seen my video that I posted not too long ago, I recently quit my six-figure plus real estate job on a gut feeling. That was it. I just didn't like the avatar I was serving. I felt like I was underutilizing my skills. I started hanging out with a lot of people that were doing bigger stuff than I was. They were playing the game of real estate, but they were playing it by different rules. It seemed interesting. It seemed fun. And yeah, I couldn't see myself doing what I was doing for the next 50 years. That's truthfully what it was. I've started getting really clear about my goals because the biggest problem that I felt is I had spent most of my time solving for money. And I made a good deal of money when I was 24. I made, around 200 grand. I bought a couple properties over that course of time. I had the apartment, I had the car, but I felt empty. And I ended up getting into a pretty gnarly ski accident. I was going 40 miles an hour, skiing down a mountain my third time, took a jump I shouldn't have took, flew hella high in the air, and ended up breaking my back. And for the first time, I had to confront reality, and I started hearing a voice, and the voice was telling me that I needed to be done, that I didn't like what I was doing, and I think I could only hear it because I'd slowed down. And the right thing probably would have been is to listen, take action on it, and it didn't. No, because that would be too easy. No, instead I spent the rest of the year numbing myself with vices, meaningless dating and drinking and a ton of nicotine. And it got to a point where I just couldn't ignore it anymore. It got really hard to work. I didn't like it. I was just chasing money, and money wasn't doing it for me anymore. And I gave up everything. Gave up my apartment. I moved out. I sold half my shit and started couch surfing. So I started couch surfing a little over 30 days ago, and I got really clear about my goals. I said, I'm going to stop solving for money. I'm going to start solving for what I'm curious about, what I'm inspired by, and think that I can build a financial vehicle off of that. And so instead of solving for money, I got really clear about the identity that I'm chasing. That identity is, I want to live a life where I'm financially rewarded for my creativity, my problem solving, my people connecting, people skills, I guess. And yeah, I want to build a financial vehicle on the back end of that. So I'm entirely following my curiosity, and I have all the reason in the world to not do that right now, honestly. But I think things are kind of falling into place, oddly enough. A lot of seeds are getting planted. I'm learning a ton. I'm in the middle of structuring deals that I don't really belong structuring, like big apartment deals, mobile home parks. I'm able to start raising money for these deals and building the parachute going down. I'm using all the cheat codes that I've learned in my life. It's funny because this speech that I gave in Vegas was the first time I'd ever been that raw. I grew up in not the best environment, and at an early age, I came from trailer parks, and it's fine. It is what it is. I don't think of it as something that is wrong or bad by any means. It's just a part of my childhood. Shit, I got a phone call during that, but it's part of my childhood, and I always just kind of ignored it, I guess, but during that time I spent about, I don't know, a short time during the summer when you're 5 or 6, a week could feel like a month, so I don't really know how long I actually was spending time in the homeless shelters. But we had lost a trailer, and there's a story that I wanted to share with the audience, and I never really talked about it publicly. And for the first time I did, and truth be told, I did because I felt called to do it. Since cutting out alcohol, nicotine, and dating, I feel like I've been a lot more in tune spiritually, and things have been kind of popping up that haven't before. One of which is I got I don't know, I don't know, just confronted with a lot of my past, and I feel like I'm getting to a place where I'm coming to terms with it, and I'm coming to peace with it, I guess, healing parts of my past. And it's making me more comfortable sharing that part of my journey in hopes that maybe my journey can help people, because it's been a big part of my past that I've not wanted to talk about, just because I don't like pity. I don't want people to pity me. But I don't view it as that way anymore. And I think it's only because I'm putting in the work to confront that. So I got to speak on stage in front of over 100 people and tell them about this story, the payphone story, where essentially I had to learn how to become the ladder, and got on my hands and knees so my brother could crawl on top of me to put quarters in the payphone to call my grandpa for food. And I could have asked myself the question, like, how do I get taller? But at 5 years old, there was no way I was going to be able to do that. So instead, I asked myself a different question, like, how can I get to the payphone? And the reality was, instead of getting a ladder, I had to become the ladder. And so I shared that question, or I shared that story with people to realize that sometimes you can get to the same result by asking yourself a different question. And I felt alive doing it. And I feel called to share my story. I feel called to inspire people. I feel called to teach people the lessons that I've gone through. And I, for the first time, felt like I'm in alignment. And this entire month has been absolutely a whirlwind, but I can tell you that I feel more at peace now than I ever have, despite not exactly knowing how I'm going to make money financially. So this whole new journey on social media and YouTube and what I'm doing is in a lot of ways being as raw as I can be. I don't really know the direction that I'm going with any of this, but I want to share the lessons. I got to the top of a mountain, but the figurative mountain of real estate with fix and flipping and wholesaling. You know, 24 years old, I made a good amount of money. Did a lot of things, had complete control of my time, yet I still quit because I felt out of alignment. And so I'm not solving for money. I'm just letting things kind of flow through me now, and hopes that my gut is leading me to the right direction. And I hope that you guys are able to get inspired by this and get to watch me shake some shit up, because my entire plan moving forward is to break some motherfucking rules and do things my way by asking myself different questions and using the cheat codes that I've learned since growing up. So the Vegas trip was great. I'm in Salt Lake City now for the foreseeable future, couch surfing. I'll be here until mid-March, and I'll be in Austin mid-March. So I'll continue to bring you guys along, but I think the message I want to leave with you all is, I think we all have a voice inside, but sometimes we numb ourselves to not hear it. We turn down the volume of our voice and we turn up the volume of distractions. And I think if you can invert that and start turning down the volume of your distractions, you'll start to be able to listen more to that voice, and you'll be guided in the right way. And you probably, if you're hearing this right now, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. But I just felt the need to tell you guys that. I'm excited for this new journey, and I'll have some more videos for you guys soon for sure.